A humanoid robot that retails for under $16,000 just folded laundry, rode a skateboard, and told its operator exactly how hot its own motors were running, all in real time, all from a single AI model. A humanoid robot that retails for under $16,000 just folded laundry, rode a skateboard, and told its operator exactly how hot its own motors were running, all in real time, all from a single AI model. That's where we are with Unitree's G1 right now, and I think it's the most important robotics story of the year that most Western outlets are completely sleeping on. Here's the setup. Unitree, the Hangzhou-based company that already disrupted the quadruped robot market with its Go series, has been quietly turning the G1 humanoid into an open development platform. In the last few weeks, a wave of demos has landed, some from Unitree's own engineering team, some from independent researchers in Germany, Singapore, and the United States, and together they paint a picture that I genuinely did not expect to see this fast. The centerpiece is a model Unitree calls UnifoLM, Omnia 0.3. One model, not a stack of specialized controllers duct taped together. A single multimodal architecture handling vision, language, proprioception, and motor commands simultaneously. That architectural choice matters enormously, and I'll explain exactly why in a moment. Let me walk through what UnifoLM Omnia 0.3 actually does, because the mechanism here is what separates this from every Boston Dynamics highlight reel you've ever seen. Traditional robot control stacks layer perception on top of planning on top of low-level motor control. Three separate systems that have to hand off information to each other with latency at every junction. The reason that's a problem is that real-world manipulation tasks, like picking up a crumpled shirt, involve feedback loops that are faster than inter-system handoffs can handle. You get lag, you get drift, you get the robot dropping the shirt. UnifoLM Omnia 0.3 collapses those layers. The same model that reads the camera feed also reads joint torque sensors, battery voltage, motor temperature. The G1 can report its own body state in natural language, telling an operator it's running at a specific voltage or that a particular joint is running warm. In the Bilibili demos, you can watch the AI describe its own physical condition unprompted, like a pilot reading instruments. That's not a party trick. That's the foundation of a robot that can self-monitor during an 8-hour cleaning shift. Now here's what nobody in the Western press is talking about. The most impressive G1 demos this month weren't made by Unitree. They were made by outside researchers using the G1 as a base platform. Germany's DFKI, one of Europe's most respected AI research institutes, got the G1 skateboarding with no visual markers and no pre-mapped environment. A PhD student at NUS Singapore built human-like obstacle avoidance on top of it. A US startup called Tau Robotics is already deploying G1 units for commercial cleaning. I'd argue this ecosystem formation is actually the bigger story than any single demo, because it's the same dynamic that made Android dominate mobile. Not the hardware, but the developer gravity around it. I want to be honest about something. 2 years ago, I was skeptical that any Chinese robotics company would close the manipulation gap with Boston Dynamics before 2027. I thought the hardware was competitive, but the AI integration was at least 2 generations behind. The G1 demos from the last month have made me revise that timeline significantly, and I owe you that admission. Here's the comparison that puts it in perspective. Tesla's Optimus is the Western benchmark everyone points to. Elon Musk claimed in early 2024 that Optimus would be doing useful factory work by end of year, and reports suggest it has done some limited Tesla internal tasks. But Optimus is a closed system. Tesla controls the hardware, the model, the deployment. The G1, at a base price that's reportedly around $16,000, compared to estimates of $20,000 plus for Optimus when it eventually reaches market, is already in the hands of third-party developers on 3 continents producing working applications. The historical parallel I keep coming back to is Shenzhen Electronics in 2010. Western firms had better flagship products, but Chinese manufacturers had open, cheap, hackable platforms that attracted a global maker ecosystem. Within 5 years, the innovation velocity on the open platform had lapped the closed flagships on most practical metrics. I think we're watching the same pattern initialize in humanoid robotics right now, where I'm still genuinely uncertain. Manipulation dexterity at scale. Folding a single shirt in a controlled demo is not the same as handling 200 different garment types in a commercial laundry. The G1's hands have 11 degrees of freedom per arm. That's respectable, but Figure AI02 and Aptronic's Apollo are both targeting higher dexterity configurations. Whether UnifoLM, Omnia, 0.3 can generalize across that variance without task-specific fine-tuning is a question I don't have a clean answer to yet. So what does this force the competition to do, and what should you actually watch for? First, Boston Dynamics. Atlas is an extraordinary machine. The hydraulic-to-electric transition they made in 2024 was genuinely impressive engineering. But Atlas has no public developer program, and its commercial focus is narrow industrial use cases. If the G1 ecosystem keeps compounding, I think Boston Dynamics will have to announce some form of third-party API access by Q3 2026 or risk becoming the BlackBerry of humanoid robots. Technically excellent, strategically isolated. Second, watch the commercial cleaning vertical specifically. The U.S. startup charging $30 an hour for G1-based cleaning services is a real price signal. At that rate, a single deployed robot generates roughly $60,000 in annual revenue at 40-hour weeks, against a hardware cost under $16,000. Those unit economics will attract capital fast, and wherever capital goes, iteration follows. Third, the regulatory picture in Europe. The DFKI skateboard demo wasn't just a fun stunt. It was a German public research institution putting its credibility behind this platform. That matters for EU AI Act compliance conversations. If European research institutes are building on the G1, it becomes much harder for regulators to treat it as a foreign risk platform. The indicator I'll be watching. If Unitree announces a G1 developer SDK with English language documentation and cloud model access before the end of 2025, the ecosystem flywheel accelerates dramatically. That's the move that would signal they understand what they actually have. So, bullish or bearish? Here's where I land. Genuinely bullish on the G1 as a platform, cautiously bullish on Unitree's ability to maintain that lead, and still skeptical that any humanoid robot, Chinese or American, solves real-world dexterity at commercial scale before 2027. 3 things to remember from this. 1. UnifoLM, Omnia, 0.3 is a single-model architecture that handles perception, body state monitoring, and motor control simultaneously. That's the technical leap that makes the G1 demos different from what came before. 2. The G1's developer ecosystem is already global. Germany, Singapore, the US. And that third-party gravity is more valuable long-term than any single first-party demo. 3. At a reported price under $16,000, the G1's unit economics for commercial deployment are already viable, which means this stops being a research story and starts being a business story faster than most people expect. Here's my question for you. Do you think an open platform strategy actually wins in robotics the way it won in mobile, or is embodied AI too safety critical for the Android playbook to apply? Drop your argument in the comments. I read every one. And if this kind of deep dive is useful to you, subscribe. I cover Chinese tech with the specificity it actually deserves. If the open platform robotics race is something you want to follow closely, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll be tracking every major G1 deployment milestone as it happens.